All right, kids, let's read some more of this book, Handling Your Ups and Downs. Where we left off, I'm going to talk about grief. That's another word for sad. Grief is feeling sad. Grief is an emotion that makes people feel uncomfortable. She thinks, I wish Grandma would have not died or would not have died. But sometimes grief makes a person do what needs to be done. I'm making this scrapbook about Grandma so that we will never forget her. Pretending that nothing is wrong or hiding your sadness is not a good way to handle your grief. The boy says, I'm not going to be sad and cry about Skippy dying. I don't like to think about sad things. I'll just pretend Skippy didn't die. It's probably his dog. And see, it says, Skippy, we loved him, like it's a cemetery. Admitting that you are sad and talking about your grief are good things to do when you are sad. She says, sob. That means she's crying. I wish Skippy was, he or she, still, I wish Skippy was still here. It hurts so much to think of not having him around. I miss him already. Here's some homework. Think. Talk with your parents or your friend. Have you ever felt grief? Yes or no? List some things that have made you sad. When was the last time you feel sad? What did you do? How did you feel? Or how did you handle your grief? Remember that when something sad has happened, it is normal for you to feel grief. But when you feel grief, try not to pretend that nothing is wrong or hide your grief. It is best to admit that you are sad and tell someone about your grief. It is also understandable for you to cry, want to be alone, wish that whatever is making you sad hadn't happened, or want to forget about what is making you sad. Talk about sadness with your friends and family. Loneliness is feeling all alone. Loneliness is an emotion that makes people feel uncomfortable. But sometimes loneliness makes a person do what needs to be done. She's calling her friend on the phone. Hilda, I'm really lonely. Could you come to my house and play? Thinking that no one would want to play with you or be your friend, refusing to make friends, or trying to get someone to notice you by being bad is not a good way to handle loneliness. See, they're throwing a rock at them and thinking they probably don't want to be friends, but this will get them to notice me. Admitting that you are lonely, finding someone to play with, and making friends are all good ways to handle loneliness. See, he came up to the two boys and said, I don't have anyone to play with. Can I play with you? Think, have you ever felt lonely? Talk about it. List the times when you felt lonely. When was the last time you felt lonely? What did you do? How did you handle your loneliness? Remember, when there is no one around for you to talk to or play with, it is normal for you to feel lonely. But when you feel lonely, try not to think that no one would want to play with you or be your friend, refuse to make friends, or get mad or get someone to notice you by being bad. It is best for you to admit that you are lonely, find someone to play with, or make friends with someone. Also, when you are lonely, it is understandable for you to feel rejected, be bored, or need to be noticed.